So
Gotcha.
anyhow, in Hardscrabble, they lived in this house when they first got, and he told me, his brother-in-law told me that there was a door that would not stay closed. He said he would push it and he could hear it latched. He even put a brick down at the bottom of that door, and they'd be watching TV late at night before they go to bed, and all of a sudden that door would open, and you could hear that brick slide across the floor. And then other people later on lived there, other friends of mine, the same house, and they said they would always see shadows moving, and it was always like something out of the corner of their eye. They'd see somebody there, and they both said there was a little girl that they would see, but there was others. There was more than one. So I used a lot of that stuff they were very believable. And when we talked about it, they just turned like whitish. They were scared.
What kind of research did you do to find these people? I mean, you spoke with one, and then they referred another and another, or how did all that research go down for the book?
They were friends of mine. This all happened a long time ago. They were, I'm 64 right now, so when I wrote the book, I was 62, and you're talking about stuff when I was a teenager,
Right.
and beyond. Like they were my friend's sister and brother-in-law were 8 years older than us, so they were living in that house, and we were 15. Younger than that even when they first got married. That's when that stuff happened. And then these other friends of mine, he's my age when he lived there, and that was 40 years ago when they lived there. And we were in the bar one day, and we're just sitting there talking, and my friend's asking them where they lived at, and they're telling them, this house. He goes, "Oh, my brother-in-law and sister lived there." And, yeah, and he mentioned that. He goes, "Hey, do you got a door that won't stay closed?" And they both they just turned ash white. Oh my God. Yeah, there's a door that won't stay. And they said the same thing. That door won't stay shut. And they didn't put a brick by it, but my friend told him, his brother-in-law put a brick by it and it was still open. Then they talked about seeing things moving around all the time in the house.
Does the house still exist?
It was torn down.
How long? What time period are we talking then? When this was going about? I mean, was this house built in the 1800s or?
Yeah, the house was old, around there, I'd say, in the 1800s, early 1900s. It was built.
What's fun? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it was in the 1970s when the first couple lived there, and then it was in the 1980s when the other friends lived there.
And these
the
are
younger.
And these
Go
are
ahead.
and these are people that friends of yours. They don't BS about stuff, or I mean, if they joke around, they're joking around. They have no
Yeah.
they have no reason to make up these stories.
Correct. Yes. Not at all.
Well, the reason I asked if the house still existed, because Mark and I were thinking we could go in there in the middle of the night, pitch black, with a candle and a Ouija board, right, Mark?
No Ouija
Oh,
board.
thank you.
I would not advise that at all.
No Ouija board.
Has one been built in its place, like where the old house was, or is it just vacant land now?
No, there was two houses on the property.
Okay.
And there's a newer house. The newer house is still there, but the old house is gone.